Glen Farm. It is February 16th, 2020, and this evening we're going to be doing some burning. The girls are behind me. The girls are in the field that we're going to burn, even though they weren't planned on being in here, so hopefully they won't care too much. Got the girls watching us all back here. I'm going to be on the four-wheeler today. I've got a spray tank with a nozzle on the back that I'm going to be taking around the perimeters if it gets too close to fences, or there's a burn pile up there that we don't want to burn tonight, so making sure that doesn't get lit. But you can see here that this hillside is pretty steep and has quite a bit of broomsedge going on it. The cows emerging the burn section. Again, you can see the fires creeping across the hill, up the hill a little bit. The wind is burning in the opposite direction of where the fire's burning to, which is great because that way, you know, it's not going to back burn close to the fence. We don't have to keep an eye on this line. We can keep burning. A little bit of breeze. It's barely blowing out here, but it is making the fire really take off. You can see why it doesn't take much for wildland forest fires to get started, or out west. It's wet here today, the ground is wet, but this fire is still taking off because it has a lot of material to burn. Hey folks, so you can see the fire is slowly burning behind me in my direction, but it's into the wind, so it's burning very, very slow, very controlled. And we got the back line kind of right in that area. There's the fence that goes into the other pasture, so we have a good burned area where there's no more fuel. We're gonna light another fire in front of me. It's gonna back burn this way, but when it hits the already burned stuff and that little fire, it's gonna kind of go out. Here's the fire behind me. It looks a little more impressive at night, I know, but it's really only a foot tall in some areas, 2 feet tall maybe, and most of the other areas is only a couple inches tall. So it's really controlled, slow burning fire, and just kind of watching it. A lot of this, once you get it kind of the parameters burned, you kind of just kind of sit back and watch. And again, I've got a big tank of water back here that I've been using. It doesn't take a lot to keep these things under control. It is pretty wet because it's been raining all winter long and the ground is pretty saturated. So today was a good day to kind of do this prescribed burn. Glen Farm. I just want to do a quick recap after the prescribed burning we did the other night here at the farm and discuss a little bit about why we did it and what it looks like today. It's been about 3 days since we did the burn, and here's a burn spot here to give you kind of a orientation of, I'm on a hillside. You can still see that there's a lot of broomsedge still out there, just some little patches here and there that we didn't get. It was actually at the very end burning pretty slow, so we got impatient and put it out and just went home for that night because it was getting late. But we got most of the majority of the heavy hillside that was covered with it. So here's just a picture of the pasture. The cows were in here. We pulled them out. You can still see there's, residue covering the ground. There's some green fescue in there and some bluegrass coming up. It is late February. We usually don't have grass growth during the winter. However, this year it's been very mild, and on some of the warmer weeks the grass has continued to grow. Not very much, but just staying green and maybe a couple inches. So one of the reasons why we do some prescribed burning, we don't do it every year. We did this hillside probably 3 years ago, and it actually has a lot less broomsedge on it, which is great. The fires probably helped, but I'm sure the rotational grazing that we've been implementing has definitely helped as well. But one thing we do, besides the fact that I think my whole family likes to play with fire, is, broom sedge grows up in bunches. It grows up in clumps. Anybody who has broom sedge knows what I'm talking about. It's a warm season bunch grass. And so when we come through here and do a prescribed burn on the broom sedge, we kind of get all that duff down. We burn it up, and so that it's not still standing come spring and early summer when the new stuff is coming up. And when it's baby, new stuff, new tillers coming in, the cows will nibble at it and eat it. Once it hits, the mature stage, they're not going to touch it at all, and it, forms into obviously this stuff during the fall, winter. And so by doing a burn, we can get some of that stuff, knocked down, and so that they have a better access to, the new tillers coming up. So here's a little clump there that got burnt down. Obviously it didn't get so hot that it burned it to the ground, but it's kind of primed and ready for summer growth when it starts to grow, and the cows can then get some good little nibbles at that. And most of this fire, it was a very low burning flame. It never got that exciting. There's a couple places that the flame got kind of tall and probably got a little hot, but for most of it, there's still lots of litter and residue on covering this soil. So we didn't burn all that up in most of the places because the fire just didn't get that hot, which is great because we don't want to burn up our residue on the soil. So it's kind of created this nice charred layer, and in a couple of weeks you'll start to see new tillers of orchard grass and fescue starting to green up and push up through that. And I'm going to try to get another video here in a couple of weeks when things start greening up again. But we had a great time doing it. It was fun. We kept it under control, which was great. And it's going to help this hillside. We're going to do it every few years. Again, it's a tool. It's not something that I would do on most of our pastures every year by any means, but it is a tool, and we did use it this winter again. And we'll just see how it grows and grazes this year in this growing season. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a little something.